Watch who?
Hello, and welcome to Watch Who, a Doctor Who podcast. Hang on, sorry,
You surprised yourself there, Mark.
Yeah, I didn't know what I was saying there. It's a Doctor Who podcast. I've forgotten it when we watch Doctor Who.
I'm Mark.
Oh, I'm Mark.
I'm Sarah.
And I'm a Doctor Who fan.
And I'm new to watching Who.
Watching for the very first time.
Very first time.
Here we are, that's our usual intro. What am I talking about?
Mark, what's going on?
I actually don't have any updates or anything this time.
Well, we're recording quite close together because I'm about to go away for 2 weeks. So
right.
Between these two episodes has been about 3-4 days, hasn't it, since we last recorded. But I'm about to be away for 2 weeks. So for you listeners, it's not. For me and Mark, it's a very short space of time.
Yeah. Where are you going?
Dorset.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, it's the equivalent. We're like binging these episodes this week, aren't we?
Well, I didn't want us to get behind. I wanted people to still have the flow, so we've had to get them in before I go for 2 weeks. So
yeah, the flow is still going. It's series 2 of Doctor Who, new Doctor Who, and it's school reunion this week.
Yeah.
And obviously, the big thing with school reunion is the return of Sarah Jane.
Yes. And
K9.
Yeah.
Who are you more excited about?
Sarah Jane.
Oh, okay, right. Well,
I thought you'd be more excited about K9, to be honest.
Well, it was a very exciting time because series 1 with Christopher Eccleston, we talked about like there not being very many references to the past. It was like all new, almost a reboot. Just the standard, TARDIS and Time Lords and everything return. No, not even UNIT has been like a thing. It's just been a name on a wall and stuff like that. So
this is a proper throwback.
A proper, and to say as well, this is the same series that we've seen all those years from Classic.
Yeah.
It's a continuation. Like, it wasn't a surprise when it was on. I think it was I first read it in Doctor Who magazine, where I'm getting all my information in 2006.
Well, it's also in that Christmas special trailer. I saw it in that.
Well, yeah, so even before that, so it would have been in Doctor Who magazine, I think. There was like a tiny little box, and it was like Return of Sarah Jane. I was thinking, what? That's not real. That's just like a rumour. There's been so many different rumours and stuff. I was like, that cannot be a thing. And then, there she is in that trailer at Christmas, and here she is in the new series. So amazing. I mean, everyone loves Sarah Jane. There was reason it was Sarah Jane that came back and not Victoria or someone.
Polly
or someone like that. She was there with Tom Baker when Doctor Who was really popular. Doctor Who's massively popular again now. And Sarah Jane, so we last couple of times we saw Sarah Jane, she got K9 at her aunt's house, the one that let everyone in through the back door.
Yeah.
All of that lot. And then we did briefly see her in that spin-off in the 90s, Downtime.
Of course, yeah, Downtime.
As well. So, I mean, in terms of like Elizabeth Sladen and acting, like a lot of these classic actors, they've sort of semi-retired by this point. They were actors in the 60s, 70s, 80s. Then, not many of them have carried on or gone to better, bigger things. It's usually the other way around, isn't it? She had done a couple of audio drops. There was 2 series called Sarah Jane Smith, literally a couple of years before. I think this last CD came out just before this was on TV. And that was a completely different thing. I mean, she says like piss and stuff in it. She swears a little bit. But it's sort of Sarah Jane as a journalist, investigating stuff.
She's a journalist.
She's a journalist, ladies and gentlemen.
She is a journalist. Oh my God, I can't believe that. She is back. She is a journalist, everybody.
Journalist.
She's always going to be a journalist. And, in that audio series, she was that same thing. It was a little bit more adult because it was, that sort of 90s thing just for the fans. Here we are, Sarah Jane Smith in Doctor Who. Big, big, big stuff. And of course, she's got K9 with her because she got K9 from that previous spin-off.
Rusty old K9.
And I think it's a nice thing to bring K9 back. I mean, the merchandise people at this time would be like, yes, like, we've got more toys, K9 toys to make now.
I was not fussed about K9 being back in it.
I mean, to be honest, I don't think Elizabeth Sladen was like, why am I always stuck with this dog now? Because she wasn't. It was with Leela most of the time and Romana in the actual series. That is mainly what School Reunion is known about. And actually, when I think of School Reunion, it is, it's the one with Sarah Jane. Like, the storyline is sort of secondary, and it's not the best story ever. It is all about Sarah Jane.
I don't know, I quite enjoyed the story.
It feels a bit more like this would have been on CBBC at 5 o'clock rather than...
It felt very Demon Headmaster.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, that's the kind of thing.
I felt Anthony Head was literally channeling Demon Headmaster.
Oh, I mean, oh my God, imagine if they got the actor who played Demon Headmaster to do that.
I had to look up whether he did play Demon Headmaster. He was channeling Demon Headmaster that much.
You know, Demon Headmaster was revived a few years ago.
I remember you saying this, yeah.
Yeah, it was really good. I need to check that out and see if it carried on or not. Yeah, it was really good. But no, yeah, that's the kind of thing, isn't it? It's that kind of vibe.
What amazed me, actually, is how much Anthony Head really... because he's a good actor and he's done a lot, but how much he threw himself into. Do you not think? Because he's actually quite camp in almost the...
I wrote down, I thought it was a bit of a panto villain. I don't think he's like the best actor in this.
There were points, I mean, his body movement and there's things he's doing with his head, all that. I kind of was almost like, he is really taking this on. Like, do you not think? I was impressed by the level of how much he was going for it.
I don't know if he's got the right tone, though. I think he's going, I'm in a CBBC series, I'm going to send it up. It's more like the 80s kind of acting. I don't think it fits in.
Maybe as well, though, because it's all set in a school and there's kids in it. I don't know whether you would feel that same way if they were all adults.
No, I don't think he's great.
A lot of his performance also involves kids.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know. I mean, you love Simon Pegg's last time, and I didn't as well. I thought it's in the same level as Simon Pegg for me. A bit over the top, and a bit too...
I love an over-the-top villain.
Like, okay, I feel like this episode we're not going in any kind of story order. So
no.
the bit where the Doctor and what's he called? Mr. Finch is his character, and they have that sort of head-to-head across the
swimming pool.
Across the swimming pool. I feel like that was supposed to be like, you know, the Doctor facing the big villain, you know, that moment that they always have. And I just felt it was a bit flat and a bit boring. I
thought he was quite good with it. I thought it was quite... It's not... Look, the nature of this entire story is not the same as last week's.
No, not at all.
So it's set in a school, for starters. I mean, you've got Rose there as a dinner lady, and you've got the Doctor as a teacher. So for starters, the whole thing is set up in kind of like a half-hearted, humorous manner.
No, the tone is completely different.
The tone is completely different. Even when they're in at night, you're still in a school at night. And it's a family show.
It's like Scooby-Doo times.
This is a Scooby-Doo episode.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whereas last week's was like a very spooky, scary episode. And I think he plays that balance really well. I thought he did, for what it is, I thought he played what it was perfectly.
I mean, it's okay, but it's not like he does a lot. It's not like he's the big main villain. I think he's quite forgettable. And I don't think the Krillitanes are the best either. I think they're just there to serve a purpose.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the whole point of this story, like you said, is we bring back Sarah Jane, and it's the first time that Rose learns of previous companions.
I mean, that is what all of this is about.
That is what all of this is about. Previous important companions to the Doctor.
Yes.
Like, Sarah Jane was around for a while. We know that she was around for ages. So it's impactful companions. So we learn of these people. Like, if you're someone watching it, you're like, oh, this person was important. As a fan, you're like, Sarah Jane was in this for friggin' ages. She was in for like 5 seasons.
Oh, she was in for a long time. And yeah, and you don't need to have seen
like
it.
2 or 3 Doctors.
Oh, 2 Doctors, yeah.
And she met another one in another Doctor.
Well, she was in the Five Doctors.
So she was put with another Doctor.
No, she was with the Third Doctor. Then she was with the Fourth Doctor. And then in the Five Doctors, she was with the Third Doctor, but she did meet the Fifth Doctor and the First and the Second Doctor, technically. But no, she's done a lot. And you don't need to, as a new viewer, you don't need to have seen any of the classic stuff. You just know that she used to be around. So it does set it up for everybody. Okay, what do you think of her? Oh, I'm going to be everyone's going to, because everyone loves her so much. I don't want to be harsh. At the very first time I watched it.
Be a bitch.
I mean, the very first time I watched it, I was like, oh my God, it's great. It's Elizabeth Sladen. She is amazing. I'm used to seeing her in, all the spin-offs and stuff and, like Downtime and all that. But as I was saying, it must have been difficult for her, and you can sort of see it a little bit when you first see her. Like I say, she's not done acting. She's not. Imagine you're sort of semi-retired, and then you're told you're having a part in a big mainstream, big BBC show up against all these other actors which are sort of more modern actors than you. It must have been a tough challenge to sort of get up to that standard in a way. Not that she's not bad or anything. There's a couple of line deliveries at the beginning. I just think, oh, that's a bit. It just sticks out compared to everybody else. But she gets into it. It's fine. That is my only criticism. I shouldn't have even said that because everyone's going to be like, how dare you? We've just lost loads of listeners. Someone stopped listening because I said Peter Davison wasn't a great actor. Criticising Elizabeth Sladen. But do you know what I mean? It must have been difficult. She's not like a mainstream TV actress. It's not like getting someone that does like all the dramas all the time or anything. She's not been on TV properly for probably over 20 years or whatever. So it must have been tough for her to come into that and brave for her to come into that. But she does it great. She absolutely does.
I'm just enjoying sitting here watching you trying to dig yourself in and out of holes. It's quite funny. I thought, and I think I know what you're trying to say. I actually thought she was quite good throughout. But it's because what she did is play Sarah Jane. So she's playing that character, and to me, I didn't think of her as whether she was acting or not. To me, she's Sarah Jane. I can't think of her as anyone else.
Well, no, yeah, she does. She knows Sarah Jane so well, and she plays Sarah Jane.
Came in and she's doing those questions, and when she was doing the interview bit, I was just kind of like, that's Sarah Jane.
The bit I'm talking about, the only bit where she first sees the TARDIS, her look, and she goes, "Oh my God, it's you, isn't it?" I don't know if that's delivered the best way. That's all.
Hello, Sarah Jane.
It's you. Oh, Doctor. Oh my God, it's you, isn't it? You've regenerated.
Yeah, half a dozen times since we last met.
It was just that moment.
I don't think that's that. I think that line's weird.
Maybe that's it.
I don't think that's her. I that line felt weird.
Yeah, maybe that's.
I don't think that's her.
No, she's probably doing. No, you're right. Then, yeah, it's not her. But
I think it's that line. The line doesn't feel right because he's not there at that point.
Well, she sees the TARDIS and sort of he's there behind it. Sort of just the way the camera moves and everything. It just feels very staged, and it's an awkward line. It's just that moment. The rest of it, then you just forget about it, and she's Sarah Jane.
In a sense, actually, there almost didn't need to be a line because she had it all on her face, and then you turn around and he was there, and it didn't make any sense.
But I like how when they are going around the school, obviously Sarah Jane's doing her thing, and they've got Mickey with them as well. I
love Mickey realising he was a tin dog.
That's very clever, yeah.
I loved that. I loved Mickey trying to work things out with K9 and him being like, "We're in a car. We're in a car." I don't forget the sassiness of K9.
Oh yeah, he always was. He always
was very sassy. He was a sassy little bitch, and that has lived on. K9 is still incredibly frustrating to me, though.
Why?
Just is.
You loved K9 when K9 first turned up.
Oh yeah, completely. But then you forget the impracticalities of K9, and that would frustrate me.
I mean, he's massive in that car, isn't he?
Huge. K9 not being able to move anywhere. K9 on constant flat surfaces. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for. I loved it when we first brought in a robotic dog. Yes. I loved that they had this little robotic dog that talks. Then K9 sort of got very annoying to me.
He was in it a long time. He was in it longer than Sarah Jane.
He was in it for friggin' ages. And you'd almost forget about K9, and then they'd be like, oh, whack out the robot dog that we've got. And I'd be like, you know, I don't know. For me, seeing K9, I felt a bit like, it felt like a really weird throwback. It felt like a part that didn't work.
Well, he's not the main focus, really. I think it was more the merchandise and for kids. That's why he came in the first place in the 70s. As something like that
he
for
was
the
in for
kids.
merchandise. But it's this thing that can't move on any stairs or anything. It just about moved in that bloody school, and it's a flat school.
Yeah.
You know, like, even watching it move in the school was painful.
I know.
So it felt really old in this episode to me. I found it quite painful. Whereas even when we watched it in the 80s, I don't know, it just reminded me of, you know, when we've watched some of those episodes and they're sort of stumbling along because they've got freaking K9, sort of slowly stumble along because they've got bloody K9 stumbling along behind them because some remote control's dumbling along. Kind of reminded me of that a bit.
Well, I mean, he's also there for all those fans who watched in the 70s that are watching now as well.
100%. 100%. And everyone's like, oh, K9. And it reminded me of where we're at in terms of TV land. Now, K9 would have legs. K9 would move and his legs would move and he would be like an actual dog that could walk.
Oh, I'm just trying to see if I've got a figure of it. Because actually, if you stare at K9 long enough, he has got legs.
Oh my God. Mark.
The corner bits, if you stare, it's like legs and it's just the gaps have been filled in. You never really notice that unless it's like a magic eye. If you stare at K9 long enough, you see sort of different shape.
Like a magic eye.
Anyway, so K9 is there. Great to have K9 back. So Rose and Sarah Jane just start sort of bitching at each other straight away.
Yeah. Oh, Rose's face with Sarah Jane is fantastic. Rose's jealousy at Sarah Jane and then some of Sarah Jane's jealousy at Rose. Brilliant. It's great. I enjoyed Mickey sort of like, oh, Doctor, you got the two women. This is like brilliant. All of that's great.
Well, so that Sarah Jane stuff, that's really nice. I really like that conversation where she was like, you didn't come back for me. Because if you remember, I don't know if you remember, when she left in Hand of Fear, that one where the quarry like fell on her and she had that hand. Anyway, she left, I don't know if you remember, because the Doctor got a call from Gallifrey and he was like, humans can't come with me, you've got to go. And then he went off to Gallifrey and stuff and left her, and he dropped her off in the street and just went.
Oh, yeah.
Because she was sort of like saying, oh, I've had enough, blah, 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 but she didn't really mean it. And then he was like, actually, you do have to go. And she was like, oh. So I like how they reference that.
Yeah.
And it's showing, I mean, we had it in the books in the 90s, we sort of talked about whenever there was like a companion coming back, because they all came back in the books and stuff, you know, like Dodo or whatever. It was always something horrible had happened to them, or their lives were never like the same again, or something dreadful, and they were all like depressed.
Well, we know what happened to Dodo.
And we know what happened to Dodo, and all of that. That happened to loads of different companions, and this sort of does that again.
Polly?
Oh, we found out, didn't we? She all sorts happened to Polly.
She didn't get space AIDS.
She didn't. No, neither did Dodo, technically. It was some alien virus, okay? Let's just say that. Yeah, Polly, what did she do? I can't remember now, but we did talk about it. But that's something always terrible has happened. And this is done in a less, like, horrible way than the books, but it's still that same kind of thing. Like, their life was never the same again. It was all sort of terrible. I don't know why Sarah Jane didn't get K9 fixed. She could have called up UNIT, surely.
But she doesn't seem to know about UNIT.
Yeah, Sarah Jane worked for UNIT.
Of course she did.
So, you know, there's all...
In the show, it makes out that she had no life. Why didn't she just go to UNIT? Why didn't she work for UNIT?
That's what I was thinking, yeah. Why not? And like in the audios, again, she's a bit bitter in the audios. She was working for like Sky News on a documentary series and she got set up, so she had to go on the run and she had people after her and stuff. So she's that kind of character in the audios. So this is a slightly different version.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But they always have to, for some reason, that's what happens. The companions always have to have a terrible time afterwards and everything. She still has a laugh, and she does smile with the Doctor, and they make it up at the end, and that's really nice to see. And it's lots of emotional moments. It's a bit of, but that's why it makes it a bit of a weird mix for this story, because it's these Krillitanes. The CGI isn't great on the Krillitanes. It's like the kids in the school, like Demon Headmaster. Plus, you've got that sort of emotion that we've had with some of the other ones where they're really emotional. It's a weird mashup. I think that's why I would watch this, because I want to see Sarah Jane, but I wouldn't want to watch it because this is a great story and I enjoy the story.
I did enjoy it. I love Kenny.
Oh, well, there's Kenny, and I was going to say Milo is the one that was eating the chips and answering all the questions. And I was like, everyone had a Milo in their class at school.
Everyone had a Milo, but I loved Kenny. Kenny's face when he was like, when that car was coming towards him. And then Kenny, like, running around with our heroes, saving the day. Kenny at the end, when they're like, Kenny blew up the school! Yay! Like, brilliant.
Did you have something to do with it?
Yeah, I did.
Oh my god. Kenny blew up the school! It was Kenny!
Hero Kenny.
Hero Kenny. I was thinking all those kids that are on the computers and stuff. That's a whole Doctor Who convention there. They could all do a signing now, couldn't they? They're all probably in their, 30s now.
Kenny has done conventions.
Has he?
Yeah.
No, he hasn't.
Yes.
How do you know?
Looked it up.
No, you didn't.
I have.
No, you didn't.
Look it up, Mark. You can get signed pictures of Kenny online on eBay. With that picture as the car's about to come in.
I don't believe you.
I'm going to send you one.
I don't believe it.
Mark, when's your birthday? You'll get a picture of Kenny.
Kenny. Well, I'm glad he's made something of it. I've put as well.
Only because he looked like somewhat like I couldn't tell you who, but you know when you look at a face, and we're talking 20 years ago, and I was like, he looks like a face that's gone on to do other things. And I was like, but obviously this is 20 years ago. He's not. It's a short answer, Mark.
He looked like the kid from My Parents Are Aliens to me.
Yeah, he looked like that sort of age, and I was like, who is he? What else has he done? Nothing. Just this. I've already looked, Mark. I've done the IMDb.
Oh, okay. Nothing.
Just this. So that is why I've looked up Kenny. That's why I know you can buy signed pictures of Kenny. I was very invested in Kenny while watching this.
Okay. Well, yeah.
My favourite character in this entire story was Kenny, actually.
Oh, no. He's not getting a best supporting character. It's not Kenny. Kenny did actually nothing.
What are you on about? Kenny blew up the school, Mark.
He didn't. It was K9.
Rejoiced that Kenny blew up the school.
K9 saved everyone.
The kids do not know that. Kenny blew up the school. Every kid watching this wanted to be Kenny at that point. I'm telling you now. Carry on.
Well, there's some other teachers as well, and the teachers all like Krillitane, so that's a good idea, isn't it? Like your teachers at school could be aliens.
Yeah, I like that thing of your teacher sleeping at school.
Yes, yeah. And that hall, the canteen, my school was exactly like that. We had the red trays and everything. It's exactly like that.
Yeah. Did you have chips with oil that made you smart?
No. We used to have pizza. I used to get pizza when I did have hot food. Big slice of pizza in a cardboard thing.
You had it in a cardboard thing. We had two canteens. We had two kitchens. We had the main one, and then we had we called it snacks, but it wasn't snacks. And that one was just pizza chips. That was quick things. And then the main one was main one that you could go to at our school.
I mean, I usually had sandwiches. I didn't always get hot because you had to queue up for ages. You were queuing, half your lunchtime was spent queuing.
Our lunch was only 30 minutes. We had a 30-minute lunch. That was it.
We used to have an hour, and then it got cut down, I think, later on. But no, you'd be queuing for half an hour just to get your chips in the first place.
I used to pre-order my sandwich in the morning because otherwise your lunch was 30 minutes. We only had 30 minutes for lunch. Because otherwise they had fights at school, so they cut it to 30 minutes. That's not enough time to get lunch. That's why we had two canteens.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely not enough time. It should be an hour.
We had 20 minutes for break and 30 minutes for lunch.
No, not enough. Not enough. This reminded me, though, of something. You talk about teachers. In secondary school, this was like year 7 when it first started.
There we go.
I don't know why. Me and my friend Darren, we used to, like, all the different teachers that we had, we would try and put them into 2 categories. Either good or bad. We'd either say they were a Nazi or they were a hippie. And we had this thing about the Nazis against the hippies. We're like, oh, is she a Nazi? Is she a hippie? Oh, they're talking to each other. They must be doing like a Nazi chat or a hippie chat. It was the hippies and the Nazis. I have no idea where it came from, but it came into my head when I was watching this. I was like, I can only remember Miss Goodrick from history was a hippie, but she was like a young, sort of cooler teacher. And the more stricter ones were like the Nazi ones.
Of course.
But I don't know where that came from, but just reminded me of that.
I dread to think.
That's the kind of thing we were talking about at school. Oh dear. I've wrote a lot down about like science class at school, but we'll do that some other time. Because he was teaching science and not just teaching science.
Was asking some very clever questions.
What else happened here? Oh yeah, so Sarah Jane and Rose make up. I like that. And it doesn't take too long, actually, to be honest. But this is where Rose's character, I think I said before, she's starting to get a bit more sort of arrogant, and I don't know, her behaviour here, especially with the Sarah Jane stuff straight away, it's starting to be sort of, I can see why some fans, as it goes on, sort of disliked Rose a little bit. But you were saying, I think when I said this before, that that's because she's young and she's like a teenager. She's like 18, 19. That's sort of how you behave. But she's starting to get a little bit, again, too comfortable with everything. And especially when, just straight away from Sarah Jane, just like, who's this?
I just think that's someone that's been given the keys to the world at 18, 19. That's all it is.
And because there's that whole speech with the Doctor and Rose about, she's like, oh, I thought we were always going to be together, and he's like, and explaining stuff to her. That's there's quite a lot of moments like that where they stop and talk and have that in between all the Krillitanes flying around. When he's on the roof, when the Krilitane, it's terrible effects. I don't know why he's crouching on the roof, sort of staring at them for ages.
I'm surprised he did. That's what I mean. It's stuff like that. I'm surprised that he did it. He's been in Ted Lasso. He's been in Emmy-nominated shows.
This is before all that. He'd not even done Merlin at this point. He'd just come over from Buffy.
That's what I mean. He was in Buffy.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but before Buffy, he was in the. Was he the Nescafe adverts, or was he?
He was in Buffy, Mark. He's like a top actor.
I don't know. I don't think he's all. I mean, he's not. He's been in some good stuff, but I don't think he's like a top actor. Maybe that's just me. I've been so harsh on everyone's acting this week.
Mark's an absolute bitch today.
So, what are your favourite moments of the story then?
When we first meet Sarah Jane, that whole interaction with the Doctor, that's lovely. K9 sacrificing himself, that's lovely.
Hero moment, everyone. Make a note.
Yeah.
Were you pleased to see a new version of K9 appear at the end?
I was like, for God's sake. I thought actually that was it. He was done. He'd had his moment. I was like, good. And then when he was there all shiny and new, I was like, for God's sake. That
bit at the end where Sarah Jane walks off in the park.
Yeah. It's almost like he knew, though. Well, I'll tell you what I didn't like about that. He invites her on this adventure, and it's almost like he knew she was never going to come.
I don't know. I don't think he even thought about it.
Why has he left K9 outside the TARDIS then?
Well, maybe he had that ready for her anyway.
Outside?
I can't remember. How did he even get
outside, ready to go, Mark? She's walked outside, he's gone, and there's K9.
He does it. No, but he's probably time travelled some other time and brought
What you on? No, he knew it.
That's K9 number 4 now.
I also liked Mickey asking to come on at the end.
I was going to ask you about that. What are your feelings now that Mickey...
I feel really positive about that.
How do you
Genuinely, I feel really positive. I mean, I'm not a massive fan of Mickey, but I like the chaos that could bring.
Yeah,
and I think what I'm looking forward to is the extra balance to those two of Mickey being there.
Well, that's the thing, because they're so in sync and they're so sort of cocky and having a great
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
You need somebody else there, otherwise it would just go on and on like that. And her face when Mickey was like, "Can I come?"
And I love it because technically the Doctor has invited him already. She doesn't know that. He did invite him previously, and at the time he said no.
I mean, Sarah Jane wouldn't, like, you know, Rose's reaction is not very Sarah Jane-like. Imagine it's the equivalent of Sarah Jane going, "Oh, fine then," when like Harry came on board back then. She was fine, you know. Sarah Jane didn't mind that kind of thing, but Rose is just like, "Oh my God, really?" Yeah, so yeah, it will be interesting to see how that goes.
But I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, but that scene where Sarah Jane is walking off with Canine number 4 in the park, once I've seen this, I can't unsee it. On the top right corner of the screen,
man.
there's a man. Did you see
I'm
him?
pretty sure he's controlling Canine. He's probably got the remote control.
In like a yellow t-shirt watching them. Did you notice that?
I
Oh.
wondered whether he was the guy with the remotes, just there controlling Canine so he could move.
Oh, well, he's probably too far away for that. Remote doesn't stretch that far, I don't think.
You want about it'll be wireless nowadays, wouldn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah,
It's going to be on
maybe.
a string.
I think
Not back in the 70s, 80s now, Mark.
they did get the old version out to use. Or I think there is a version that, yeah, it is the old version from the actual
It
old
must
TV
have been
show.
when they were using it. Yeah, he looks it. It looks like the old version. It looks awful.
And it's obviously the same voice actor coming back to do K9 as well, which is nice.
It's like Canine show.
Actually, I'm going to say another negative thing. There's that scene in the TARDIS at the end as well with Sarah Jane and talking to Rose and going, it's so green. I would
I knew you
enjoy.
were going to say it's so green.
Come on, you must notice that green this time. Again, they've just turned up the green every time. There's a lot of green in this story already, and they don't need any more
I knew
green.
you were going to say. I was watching it. I was like, Mark's going to say this is really green.
It's the most unflattering colour just to shine on everyone in that TARDIS when they're having a great emotional chat together. All I can see is just this horrible green.
It's alien-like, Mark. What you on about?
Maybe. Anyway. I mean, everybody loves this story because of Sarah Jane.
I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it. I think it's just quite a nice sort of... It feels like a Saturday night or a Saturday morning watch.
It's more of a family watch.
Yes.
I don't know why. I just imagine like younger kids watching it rather than like I mean, not the same kids. I can't imagine younger kids watching last week in the same way.
No. It's a good family watch. That's what this week says.
Okay, good. I knew you didn't. I knew you wouldn't not like it because it's got Sarah Jane. It's got Milo. It's got your new favourite character.
It's not Milo.
Oh, sorry, not Milo. Kenny.
Kenny. Come on, Mark. Get it right.
It's because I wrote Milo down.
Yeah, get it right.
Okay, well, there we are, everyone. School reunion, of course, it is a brilliant story. And Sarah Jane, would you like to see Sarah Jane again at some point? She's there now. She knows about the Doctor. The Doctor knows about her, where she is.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
I feel like the Sarah Jane Adventures is going to be coming up soon, so...
I mean, it's a shame that you already know that there are Sarah Jane Adventures and stuff, because it would have been a great surprise if you didn't see...
I don't know when, but I know you'll probably make me watch some of it.
Well, I mean, they didn't have the idea until after this story came up. It wasn't planned beforehand that there would be Sarah Jane Adventures. Might be a little time before we get there, but yeah, we definitely haven't seen the last of Sarah Jane, which is nice. And because she's part of that crew now of like Mickey and Jackie and the regulars, if you're new to this series, she's not, someone that used to be in it. She's now part of that current team going forward in that way. She's like, you know what I mean? You know what I'm trying to say?
She's not part of the crew.
Well, like she's part of those regular characters, friends of the Doctor, let's call them.
She's friends of the Doctor, but she's not part of that crew.
She helped out everything.
If you were saying she's part of that crew, every single person that's been in one story is part of that crew.
Oh no, let's not start.
Exactly. I'm not having that.
Well, but she's got a history with the Doctor. You said she's
but
been in it for
but you
ages.
can have a history with the Doctor, doesn't mean you're part of that crew.
Well, let's just leave that there. I'll wait till she becomes part of the crew later on.
Fine.
At some point, maybe not. It depends what you say.
At this
Right.
point in time, I refuse to acknowledge that she's part of that crew.
Well, next week is called The Girl in the Fireplace
Okay.
with Mickey. Featuring Mickey as companion.
Featuring
now.
Mickey.
That's it then, I think. Oh, no, actually, one more thing. I'm sorry. That I've just looked at my notes. One
Go
more
on,
thing.
wait.
The only other school reference that dates this slightly,
Yeah.
the Doctor mentions happy slapping.
I sort of remember that.
He mentions happy. Do you remember? So, do you remember when happy slapping was like a big thing?
No.
Of all the talk.
No.
Because I would have been in second year at uni, and I just remember it sort of being in the news. It's that sort of news thing, happy slapping.
No.
You don't? I thought you might know.
I don't think I do. Might have to look it up.
Have you never heard of happy slapping?
I don't think happy.
It was weird because it was like it would have been. I mean, I'm
Oh,
glad
where people are being attacked and filmed on a mobile camera phone. Attackers often share the videos with their friends. We call that something else nowadays.
Yeah, but back
We call it
then-
cyberbullying nowadays.
Well, that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. It's such a dated reference, and it shows when that was made. That's the only thing in this.
This is in 2011, yeah.
When the Doctor makes a joke about happy slapping, but I just remember at the time because like YouTube was a new thing, phones with cameras was a new thing, and it would have been the thing happening at schools. I mean, obviously not in this school in this Doctor episode is going on. No, I just wondered if you'd knew about happy slapping. That's all.
Probably, now you've said it a few times, it's sort of coming back. But
Yeah.
yes.
But that's I just noticed that reference.
It's
That's the
from
thing.
Slap Happy TV, yeah.
Oh right, I didn't know.
I remember
that.
Slap Happy TV. That's where it's sort of.
I mean, it's the kind of thing that Newsround would have been talking about and stuff at the time. Anyway, there we go. Well, that's what a way to end it on. Sarah Jane returns. Happy slapping.
Yeah.
All right. See you all next week, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Watch who?